In this YouTube video, at the website youtube.com on whatever internet browser you're using to use the internet and watch this YouTube video at the website youtube.com, I will be talking about the phases of the moon and how the moon affects the tides on planet Earth in this YouTube video at the website youtube.com on whatever internet browser you're using to use the internet and watch this YouTube video at the website youtube.com. Enjoy this YouTube video. To start off, we're going to talk about what causes lunar phases. The moon doesn't produce its own light, but instead it reflects light from the sun in our solar system. Combined with the rotation of our planet and the moon, it appears to change shapes every 4 days or so. The forms the moon takes on are called lunar phases. There are 8 main phases of the moon. Starting with the new moon, the phases are new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, third quarter, and waning gibbous, where it ends and begins again with the new moon. This whole cycle is called the lunar cycle, and takes place over a period of about 28 days named the lunar month. A new moon is when the dark side of the moon faces the earth. A full moon is when it appears to be fully lit in perspective of the earth, and is a complete circle. A gibbous is when over half the moon is lit, and a crescent is when less than half the moon is lit. When the moon is about half lit and half in the dark, it's either called a first quarter if it's in the waxing stage or third quarter if waning. The prefixes waxing and waning refers to whether the moon is growing or shrinking. Waxing means that more of the moon is being illuminated over time, which can be identified by the right side being lit. Waning means that less of the moon is being illuminated over time, which you can tell by the left side being lit. Now that I have finished explaining the lunar phases, I will now start talking about how the moon can affect the oceans on Earth. Everything with mass has gravity, which means the huge balls in the sky you see every day and night is going to pull on Earth. One of these balls is called the moon. What a groundbreaker! Ha 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 ha, do you get it? Cause the Earth's gravity is pulling on the tectonic plates, and it causes earthquakes. Groundbreaking. Ha. Anyway, tides are the rising and lowering of the Earth's oceans, and it happens every day 24/7. These tides are caused by the moon and also the sun. There are 2 distinct kinds of tides that happen on Earth. These tides are called spring tides and neap tides. Spring tides is the most intense of the 2 tides, and happens when the moon, sun, and Earth are in a line, or basically when there's a full or new moon. These tides are very high where the sun and moon are, but very low on the perpendicular sides. There's also another type of spring tides, called Proxygean spring tide. This very high tide occurs when the moon is both unusually close to the Earth and is in new moon phase. This tide occurs at most once every 1.5 years. Neap tides happen when the sun, moon, and Earth form a right angle, or during the quarter moons. This produces higher low tides, and lower high tides. Basically, average tides. Also, we don't ever see one side of the moon on Earth because the moon just so happens to rotate at the same speed that it revolves around Earth, which is also rotating and revolving around another object. Is it just a coincidence? Is it the only moon that's doing this? No. This situation is called tidal locking. Tidal locking is when something gravitational interaction between celestial bodies something gravity distorting the moon something Earth's gravity slowing moon's rotational speed. The Earth is going to be tidal locked to the moon in the distant future. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this YouTube video, and that you learned something cool like tidal locking with that very detailed explanation a few seconds ago. Have a great day.